Good morning, students. Yesterday in this video lecture, we would talk about some concept of vectors, some definitions which left in the previous video lectures. So first of all, we will define the displacement vector. Displacement vector. Okay, what is displacement vector? So for that, I am taking a coordinate axis. Okay, this is the coordinate axis, x-axis, and this is y-axis. It would be in 3 dimension. It would be z-axis also, but for understanding purpose, I am just taking 2 dimensional surface. So that's why x-axis and y-axis. And suppose an object is at this position. An object is at this position and the name of this point, this position is A. So, for representing the position of this object at the point A, we know that we have a position vector. Okay, I have told already that position vector is used to represent the position of a particular object at a particular point. And for position vector, this is with respect to origin reference point. This is the reference point. And on joining the vector from origin to that point, this is the position vector of this object which is at position A. So this is the position vector and named it as R1. Okay, I named it as R1 vector. Now suppose this object moves and reaches at the point B. Here to here. This object moves here to here and reaches at the point B. Now, what is the position of this vector? He is moving in this direction. So, I represented a vector from here to here, and the length of this vector is the distance moved by the object, and this is the direction. Arrow sign is representing the direction. And position of this vector now represented by the position vector. This is R2 vector. Okay, this is R1 vector, this is R2 vector, and this is A. So the initial position is at A and the final position is at B. So what is the displacement vector? As we know that displacement is the final position minus initial position, but for displacement vector, because displacement is the vector quantity, we have also direction. So here, this is suppose initial point O. We would apply the vector addition as I told you geometrical method. So we would move in the direction of the arrow. We would move in the direction of the arrow. So in how many ways we can move? There is only one way. Suppose O to A, OA vector, A to B plus AB vector. We are moving in the direction of the arrow. Finally we reach at B from where? O. So the resultant is O to B. So this is equal to OB vector. And OA vector I already named as R1. So in place of OA vector I am putting R1 vector plus AB vector as it is. I didn't name it and OB vector is R2 vector. So finally it would be AB vector equal to R2 vector minus R1. Okay, so this AB vector is the displacement vector because it is moving from A to B and this is the final position and this is the initial position. So AB vector is representing the displacement vector and this is equal to R2 vector minus R1 vector. These are the position vectors of the positions B and A respectively. Okay, so this is displacement vector AB vector. Now if you want to apply this rule addition, so you can, if you started from here and you didn't want to go along the direction of the arrow, so suppose you are starting from here to here, O to B, OB vector, because you are moving in the direction of the arrow, OB vector. Now you are moving like this, but vector is representing this. So I have already I told you, if this is vector AB, so this would be the minus AB vector. This would be the minus AB. Okay. So this is OB. So this would be the minus AB. OB minus AB. So the final resultant is OA. We have reached at A. So this is equal to OA. So this is also correct. But you have to keep remember that you are moving opposite to this vector direction. So that's why I am making minus sign here. Okay. Move this OA in this side, LHS side. So this is OA vector and this is AB vector. And OB vector is R2 minus R1. So this is AB. So final result would be same. You are seeing that the final result is same. So whether you move like this, whether you move like this, the final result will be same. You have to just keep the point. If you are moving in the direction of the arrow, then you have to take that vector as it is, and if you are moving opposite, then you have to take negative of that vector, because opposite direction is represented by the negative minus sign. Okay. So this is the displacement vector. Now, if you want to find the magnitude, so we know that we have to take modulus, that is AB vector mod, and this is R2 minus R1. So this is the magnitude. Okay. Now we will describe the vector products. Vector products. In vectors, suppose we have two vectors, vector A, vector B, and the angle between A and B is theta. Theta is the angle between A and B, and we want to find the products. In vectors, there are two products. One is called scalar or dot product. Scalar or dot product. And second is cross product. Second is cross or vector product. Second is cross or vector product. There are two products, dot and cross. Okay. So dot product, this is A dot B. This is dot. We won't say this is A into B. This is wrong. These are the vectors. If this is like A B, A into B. So this is A into B, because these are the scalars. So here this sign is representing multiplication symbol in algebra. But here these are the vectors. So this sign is dot. We would say A dot B. Okay. A dot B equal to what? Modulus of A, that is magnitude of A, modulus of B, magnitude of B, cos theta. Cos theta. Theta is angle between A and B. So this is the formula for finding the product, dot product of A and B. And what is the resultant quantity? If we take dot product of two vectors, is the resultant quantity, vector or scalar? Let's see. We know that this is a magnitude scalar, this is also magnitude scalar, and cos is a number which is also scalar. It means this whole term is a scalar. This whole term is a scalar. That's why we can say that the dot product of two vectors is a scalar quantity. So dot product is a dot product of two vectors. Dot product of two vectors is a scalar quantity. Is a scalar quantity. Dot product of two vectors is a scalar quantity. Okay. Let's see the cross product. Cross product. Cross product formula is A cross B. We won't say again here into. This is A cross B. What is A cross B? Mod A, mod B, sin theta, and there is unit vector, unit normal vector, A and can. I have told can find this is a unit vector and n is normal. So this is unit normal vector. What is an? An is unit normal vector. This is the unit normal vector. So as I told you, the unit vector are used to represent the direction. It means A cross B. This is a vector. The product, the resultant of A cross B is a vector because this is scalar, this is scalar, this is scalar. So this is scalar, but this is the direction. It means it has magnitude as well as direction. That's why cross product of two vectors is a vector quantity. So this is a vector quantity. Cross product is a vector quantity. Okay. Now, where is the direction an? So let's see. Suppose this is the vector A and this is the vector B. An angle between them is theta. And we want to find what is the an vector. Okay. So for finding an vector, we would use right hand rule. What is the right hand rule? How we apply it? This is very important because you have to use that concept in class 12 when you study the magnetic chapter. So you have to well aware of this particular concept, how you find the direction of the cross product of two vectors. So this is A, this is B, and you are seeing here first quantity is A and second quantity is B. A cross B. This is not B cross A. This is A cross B. Okay. So first of all, you would put your hand like that. Your either this portion or this portion would be put in the starting vectors. Suppose here is starting vector. So you can't put like this because if you put your hand, this portion of your hand and at A and you close your hand, close your fingers, then your fingers are not pointing towards B. Your fingers must be pointing towards B vector. But if you place like this, your fingers are pointing like in this direction. But there is not any B vector. Actually, your fingers must be pointing when you are closing your hand. Your finger must be pointing towards another vector which is B. So how you put your hand here? Actually, you put your hand like this, and this portion of your hand would be placed at A, and your thumb would be inside this blackboard, and this portion is placing at A vector. And when you close your hand, it is in the direction of B. Your fingers finally moving in the direction of B. So this your thumb is the representing the direction of the normal vectors. Why we are saying that this is the normal vector? Because these vectors are lying in this blackboard and which is a plane surface, and this thumb is perpendicular to the surface. And I have already told you a perpendicular on the surface is not called simply perpendicular, it is called normal. So that's why there is a normal. Okay, normal. But so this is the direction. It means direction of A cross B in this case would be inside the blackboard, perpendicularly normal to the blackboard inside the blackboard. Okay. Suppose you change the vectors and you have taken vector A here and the vector B here. Okay. Now what would change? Let's see. Now how you place your hand? Like this or like this? If you place your hand like this, then it is not moving in the towards the B because B is in upward direction. So you have to put your hand like this, and when you close your fingers, it is towards the B. Your fingers is pointing towards the B. So now your thumb is perpendicularly outside. Your thumb is perpendicular like this. So this is the direction of A vector. For this particular case, when you take A in this direction and B is in direction, then the direction of the A is outward, perpendicularly outward to this blackboard. Okay, and for there is a symbol. Okay, there is a symbol dot and cross. There are two symbols, dot and cross. Very important symbols. Dot represents normal which is coming. Suppose this is a blackboard and we have two options. inside and perpendicularly inside, and cross is perpendicularly outside. These two points are very important. This is perpendicularly inside the surface. Inside the surface. This is perpendicularly outside the surface. Okay. So this is the vector products. We would discuss some more concept here. What are orthogonal vectors? What are orthogonal vectors? Orthogonal vectors. Orthogonal vectors are those vectors which are mutually perpendicular to each other. Which are mutually perpendicular to each other. They are called orthogonal vectors. Just like you know that I told you I cap, j cap, k cap. Okay. These are the unit vectors because there is a cap sign. Obviously, they are unit vectors. And I cap is pointing toward the positive x-axis, positive y-axis, positive z-axis. You know that, and you know that also the angle between x and y and z and x are 90 degree. So we can say these three vectors are perpendicularly to each other. The angle between I and j is 90. The angle between j and k is 90. Angle between k and I is also 90. So these are mutually perpendicular to each other, and we can say they are orthogonal vectors. So simple, the meaning of orthogonal vector is such two vectors are called orthogonal if the angle between them is 90 degree. So these two are orthogonal, these all are orthogonal to each other. Now we could also represent them. This is x, y and z. Suppose this is x, this is y and this is z. So unit vector means length is unit and pointing towards x-axis. This is I cap, this is j cap, and this is k cap. And the angle between 90. Here the angle is 90. Here the angle is 90. So the angle in between is 90 degree, and they are mutually perpendicular to each other. Means orthogonal. Now let's take an example. Suppose we want to find I dot I. We are interested to find I dot I. So what is the resultant of I dot I? This is A dot B. As we know that A dot B mod A mod B cos theta. So what is the magnitude of I? Second magnitude of I cos. What is the angle in between I and I? Because theta is angle between A and B. So what is the angle between I and I? I and I, the angle is 0. This is I, this is I, the angle is 0. So this is, and the magnitude of I is 1, magnitude of I is 1, and the magnitude of cos 0 is also 1. So 1 into 1 into 1, this is 1. So the I dot I is what? It is 1. Similarly, j dot j is 1, k dot k is 1. Okay? Now, I dot j. What is I dot j? Let's see. I dot j mod j cos. Angle between I and j, I have already told you 90 degree. What is cos 90? 0. So the result will be 0. I dot j is 0. Means dot of two different unit vectors I and j and k is 0. So the resultant of j dot k is 0, k dot I is 0, I dot j is 0. All the product of different unit vectors in this case is 0. I think you will get this concept. Now what about the cross product? Let's see what about the cross product. I cross I. I cross I. What is I cross I? Mod I sin and an. It would be fine later. Just see the magnitude first. I and sin. What is the magnitude? I and 0. What is the value of sin? 0. So magnitude this vector would be 0. I Okay, I cross I is 0 because I 0 0. So the resultant of I cross I is 0. Similarly, J cross J is 0, J cross J is 0, K cross K is 0. Now, what about I cross J? I cross J. This is very important. What is magnitude of I? Magnitude of J? What is the angle between I and J? 90. This is sin 90. And this is A and K. We would find it later. Just see the magnitude first. 1, 1, 1. A and K. This is A and K. So I dot J is A and K. But it is also a unit vector, and you know that how to find A and K. Let's see. This is I and this is J. I and J. So first I and J. So you have to find A and K, and I have already told you how to find A and K. Right hand rule. So put your hand firstly at I, and if you close your fingers, then your fingers should be pointed towards J. So whether you put like this here or like this, and your thumb is pointing outward. So this is I, this is J. So this direction is what? This is positive Z axis. This is I, this is J. As I told you, this X axis, Y axis, and this is positive Z axis. So what is the negative Z axis? Inside the blackboard. This is X axis, this is Y axis, and this is minus Z, and this is plus Z. So here you are seeing that it is outside, normal to the outside. So which is this direction? This is the direction Z, and the unit vector along the Z. This is what? Unit vector along this direction, and you know that the unit vector along positive Z direction is what? K cap. So the result is I cross J equal to K. Suppose it is like this, J cross I. Just reverse J cross I. Now here this is J. Now they are in the same place. This is J, this is I. Now we are finding the J cross I. Magnitude of J, magnitude of I is sin 90. This is same, that is Y. Now we have to find A and K. So we have to put your hand in J, then we have to move towards I. So if you put like this, no. We have to put like this. This one. Okay? And when you close your fingers, it is pointing towards I. Now it is in the direction of J, like this. Inside. Means which direction inside? Minus K cap. Because if this is K cap, so this is minus K cap unit vector. So J cross I is minus K. I think you are clear. Now we have a simple trick so that you can learn easily. Here similar cross of similar unit vectors is also 0, always 0. J cross J, K cross K, I cross J, I cross K. This is 0. And for different we have a concept I, J, K. I to J, J to K. You have to learn like this. I cross J is K. If you move in the direction of arrow, I cross J is K, K cross I is J, and J cross K is I. If you move opposite to the direction of the arrow, I cross K is minus J, K cross J is minus I, J cross I is minus K. Okay? Thank you.